What's up guys, and welcome to the first VOD review for this channel. It's going to be of a low gold Ana player. Here hopefully we'll be able to go through the video, point out things that they could do better. Positioning wise, I'm not going to focus very much on mechanics. This is the first VOD review for the channel. Might become a thing if it picks up pace and people would like to have things sent in. So yeah, without further ado, I guess let's get to the video.
Alright, so we're gonna try this again. Again.
Cool. Got little things I can draw. Alright, so got some classic comp here. 3 DPS. It can work though. Sometimes you just gotta work with what your team will throw in. Nobody ever wants to tank anymore.
Team Dick Rider.
Never stop fighting for what you believe in.
You what?
Or we could be team ball fondlers.
Quality comps. I expect as much from Overwatch.
I mean, we're basically in silver right now, so.
With this kind of a team comp, you just gotta try to keep your positivity about you.
Believe it or not, this is the first map that I had Matt review for me, so I actually have an idea of where I'm supposed to be positioned. Amazing.
Yep, and you're right too. You want to position right about here on this side of the wall so that if anyone comes from this direction, they can't just snipe at you and take you out. Plus, if you have to, if you're the enemy's up here, like they push up, you can just go right behind this pillar right here for cover. You can even jump on it, you can jump over it, take peek shots from there. But the idea is you have cover from here, and then you can use this pillar to have cover from here. So you're pretty safe, honestly. Plus, you can see into this little window and this little back flank here. So you can cover a lot of points with that. You have good sight lines. So yeah, you're right about that.
Defend this point. Defend
Now
this
see,
corner.
this is where your team's wrong. You don't want to defend this corner. They should be up here defending. But, you know, it's fine. They're going up for extra fire strike info. Well, fire strike fucking
He says to
damage.
defend that corner and then immediately.
Alright, right here. What you did. You were so busy on talking and figuring out, like, saying about what your team's doing. Now, you saw somebody takes damage, so you're going to try to heal them. What's happening right here? That Torb turret is giving you information. So, with that information, you know somebody is coming down this side flank. What you need to do is call it out. Say there's somebody coming from the flank, left side. And then you're going to want to peek that and see if you can get a shot off. Because from what it sounded like, and from this bullet pattern, you can tell it's a Roadhog. So that's an easily sleepable, purpleable target. You hit him with the purple or his sleep, he'll back off. Or your team will come to back you up. As long as they know that somebody's on that flank, which you know because of the turret.
To our right. They're flanking to our right. Okay, Sombra too.
I'm not going to focus much on mechanics, because like that's just something that happens with time.
Start defending.
I like the position you took, backing up because of the Pharah's taking space away from you. But you need to be relaying this stuff to your team. Like, they don't know that Pharah's behind her. One more shot and you have her dead. Again, that's just something boys down. There you go. Boys down mechanics.
Sombra's
Okay.
in the back.
So, something worth noting about whenever you're up against a Sombra. In the time it takes for her to throw that hack off, you can have a sleep dart going. So, like, have yourself conditioned to once you hear that clickety-clack of a Sombra uncloaking and starting to hack you, just press shift. Even if you have no idea where she is. If you know you're getting hacked, press shift. Because then you can just flick and hope to sleep her. Otherwise, you're just going to get hacked and not be able to throw your sleep off anyway. Also, let's take it back a little bit here. Alright. So, you zoned in a little too much on this Pharah. Because if you look down here, your Moira took a lot of damage. Like, it's a Moira, so she can take care of herself. But you need to take a few shots at the Pharah, see if you can take her out. But call her out to your team. Callouts are such a vital thing. Like, if they knew the Pharah was back there a while ago, your Torb could have stepped back, put some pressure on her. Like, he might not hit the shots because it's gold, but it'll be pressure and she'll have to back off. At least your team will have some more knowledge and information going into it. Plus, that lets your main tank know there's a fight behind my shield. So it's not really catching him by surprise. Now, you end up dealing with her and it's not a problem. But then you are able to get picked off. Which, that's just unfortunate. It's just something that comes with time on learning with the sleeps.
I mean, I'm dead.
She didn't even try to hack you, but once you hear the uncloaking, that's when it's time to flick. I'm glad that you communicated to your team, let them know that you're down. But you have another main healer, so they should be fine. Especially because like your team's a lot of ground units. Presuming your Moira doesn't only right-click. Right here, you need to throw shots into your Rhine. If you want to win fights, keep your Reinhardt alive.
Shields, please.
I like to think who's ever main tank dies first loses with the fight. Especially at like around this elo. There you go. Yep. Keeping your warrior up. I like the positioning. You can probably push like.
Kill this Lucio.
Yeah. Okay. You're starting to do it anyway. I don't need you. Yeah. You can retake your position here.
Sombra's at our 12 o'clock. Okay, she's probably in the room.
Yep. You're just kind of heal botting. Okay. Something. It's a little bit of a like nitty gritty thing. But whenever you're over there just shooting into your team, trying to get shots off for healing, you're scoped in. That's fine. Except for the fact there's shots here, so you know there's somebody on this flank. Again, it's an Orisa. You can tell just by the shot pattern. But as you're taking those shots into your team, since you're scoped in, it's leaving a tracer. So that Orisa sees a wall here, and she's seeing your shots go right through here. So she knows you're over here. Now your team looks like they're going to back up and deal with it. But you just have to kind of be mindful of, am I giving away my position? So as long as you play back from it, you're fine, and no like flanker would be able to deal with you. As long as you stay back here, but if you push up at all, that pull. It could have pulled you in. Right here, you need to be calling out the Orisa. The more information you give the team, the better they'll do. Like right now, your Ryan's completely oblivious, but Vitor was able to handle it because he's Mr. Thunder Thigh.
Shields recharging.
The McCree swap's good.
Oh shit.
It was a good quick scope.
Oop,
Sombra.
Sombra behind me.
Hey, back off. Protect her.
That was a good nade. Although you were so
Yeah,
focused in tunnel vision on the nade
Shields.
that you forgot to take shots at her. It's worth taking at least one hip fire shot, and once your health gets down to 100, nade. That gets you the most value out of it.
Can't charge.
I
You
was
guys win
gonna
this fight.
nano you, but I
It's fine.
got hacked.
It's honestly a good thing you didn't get the nano off there. Because your Junkrat popped off with the tire.
As long as we keep our turret down.
Whenever it
early.
comes to like nano management, what I like to do is if it's early in a fight and it seems pretty even, like very early, like first fight of the match, if I feel like the match is even, like evenly spaced, if I get my ult really quickly from like say keeping my main tank here alive, because Reinhardts tend to eat a lot of shit. It's what they're good at. So keeping him alive, I get my nano quick. I'll throw it in as fast as possible just to win that first fight. Because it gets you ahead on the ult economy. Whereas here, now that it's been a while, you're going to want to save the nano for whenever your Reinhardt, gets low. And he needs a burst of healing. So like say that Sombra's on you. If the Sombra's on you, and you see your Reinhardt needs healing, you can throw the nano to him, and then focus the Sombra. Because he shouldn't be taking a lot of damage that your Moira can't take care of. That kind of thing. Or like, if it's the start of a fight, and you know it's you're going to be preoccupied with the Sombra, you can do that to take care of the front line. If that makes sense.
To the back left of us, we should be fine. If you don't mind, CB.
You have a soldier on your left. Another thing you call out. Sombra's on you again.
Sombra on me behind.
Here, someone call ult. I have to stay forward.
Your Junkrat was able to peel for you, but
I'm down.
because of that soldier on the side, you're able to get tickled. Otherwise, you could have survived that because you had 9 HP. A lot of what I'm seeing is just in communication.
Shit.
If you let your team know more information,
Alright, guys,
they're going to be
back
able to
up.
do
You lost
better.
Your only tank and both your healers.
All soldiers are hard to kill.
We're gonna regroup.
Also, Panic at the Disco, I can appreciate it. Probably going to get me copyright striked, but that's fine.
Just wait.
As long as I talk over it, not a problem. I like the grouping up, but if your Reinhardt doesn't hurry, he's not going to make it in. Nano.
Oh shit.
Right there, I would have nanoed instantly. Because you need to cause a frontline distraction.
Might die here.
Really
That's just unfortunate because you got zoned out by the soldier.
Where do you?
If I were you in that position, since I can tell you're about to ask, you know the soldier's up here. You have 200 HP. Soldier, he does a good bit of damage, but I'm going to guess he's not that great with tracking because it's gold. So if you would have taken, and right whenever your Reinhardt came out, so let's go right about here. This is exactly what I would have done.
Just wait. Don't trickle.
You're waiting, you're grouping up, Reinhardt's pushing up. I see the payload's almost there. I know he's going to charge. He charges. Right here. Throw your nano boost. You throw your nano boost, it hits the Reinhardt, he's on the payload, he's contesting it. He's a presence that their team has to focus. They cannot ignore him. Then on top of that, you could take, if you're comfortable with your aim, if you take a couple quick scopes up at the soldier, you can pressure him, or you can just push right up. Since you know that soldier's up there, he has the high ground advantage over you, he's going to zone you out. So if you push up with the Reinhardt now, you probably would have done it right around when he charged. You should have just kept following him in. Like right there, just keep going straight. Because he shouldn't be able to kill you in the time it takes for you to get there, especially because you have your bio nade. See, right here they pop 2 ults. So another possibility, since you know that shield's there, you're not able to heal through it. Pretending this soldier isn't ulting right now. If you chuck your nade right here, along this lip of the cave, it'll splash behind the shield and onto your team. That'll make it so your Moira here can keep your Rhine up no matter what. Through the beat drop, through everything. You don't have to worry about healing him as much, and you can deal with what you need to deal with. But this is just kind of like free shooting for the soldier, so it's just unfortunate.
Where do you...
Also, another thing with one of the situations, how I was saying you need to push up. You would push up here, alright? Your Rhine's here. You would want to play either from this side or this side. That way you can take and just peek the corner and shoot in, and you still have this hard cover to protect you. Plus you have the canal over here, so if anyone tried to jump down and get you, there's a straight line from you to them. You should be able to take care of yourself, or, like say the soldier hopped down here to try to shoot you, you can just go right in here. Just duck into that little area, and you have protection from your team. That's another thing you could do positioning-wise for that.
Really bad positioning on my part. Where do you...
Alright, well that was 4 ults in less than a minute, so...
Where do you say that?
Alright, you already know the fight's lost at this point.
That's good for us, though,
It happens.
because they're not gonna...
We have...
Yep, it's not worth even healing him. Right now, you're going to get picked off if you keep peeking that choke. You already have your nano. There's really no reason to peek for ult charge. Because any shots you get off, all you're doing is fueling their next beat drop. Because whatever damage you do, Lucio or the Moira will heal up. Now, if you get an ult tracking, you know they just popped off Soldier's ult, beat drop. I'm not sure of anything else, but they're probably close to an EMP, Coalescence, Bongo, and Hog ult. Whereas you have the only ult. So for sure, they have more ultimates than you do. So your team needs to back up and do a full regroup here. Otherwise, you're just going to get rolled. That's how snowballing comes in. Right now, your Reinhardt, he's feeding. You should be giving out comms to back up. Because you peeking here, you got no shield, and they have straight sight lines into you. So if you tell your Reinhardt back up and we can regroup, he can go over here. You can just wrap right around the back of the building, out the side entrance, well, side exit here. And then just regroup. It's not worth fighting there, because your team was pretty scattered. It's good keeping your Moira up. Good quick scope. There's the EMP. Just keep your Reinhardt alive. That's all you need to worry about. Whenever an EMP happens, it's best to not be huddled up, because then their soldier can just spray into the fray and do damage, along with a Roadhog, maybe get a pick. So whenever an EMP happens, if the Sombra's not focusing on you, press S, back up. Because it's not like it hacks the distance you can shoot from.
We should hold this choke. It's really good to hold.
Your Ryan's right. And also, you've been holding on to your nano too long. Might as well just throw it. It's better to use it and fuck it up than to just hold it and never use it. Like right here, there's no reason to use it, so you want to initiate the next fight on your Reinhardt with it. Because he's the best target. Because it makes him a bigger presence.
I got ulti. Oh shit.
Your Ryan's kind of feeding it a little bit, but you saw it right there.
I need
He was hacked. You saw he was hacked and the Sombra was on him. That's whenever you need to go and support him. Your Moira is here. She's able to take care of these squishies a little bit, at least. At the very least, you could have thrown a nade or something at the Reinhardt to help keep him alive and pressure the Sombra out. On that, your positioning is pretty good. Something else I like to do whenever I'm here is on this side of the crate over here. You back up a little bit. There's a mega, like a mega health pack. So if you play that side of the crate and you have the mega, it's a tighter sight line, and you're less in the open for people to get you from up here, over here, or if they flank around, right in here. It just tightens the angle a little bit and makes it a little harder for the team to get at you.
We're just giving them multi-charge.
I feel like the Moira
Right now, instead of worrying about what your Moira should be doing, there are shots raining down at you from the top left. That means the soldier has high ground control on you. You need to let your team know. Since he has high ground, the best place for you to be is you should duck here. You should go this way into that little area because he can't shoot straight down into that area. You let your team know, you get to a safe place.
be playing behind the Rhine. And the Rhine should be up front. Ah!
Yep, there you go. It's good.
Woo!
Just peel back. I would have just gone right into this area because that cuts off sight lines to here. And you're a little too far back. That's hard for you to engage on your team with healing. Like right now, your Rhine just slammed. What combos well with slam? Nano. You do that, you completely stop their next fight. Because your Rhine can just go through and clean up. Your Moira saved it with that coalesce.
I'm gonna rage.
Threw the nano late, but it's fine.
Yeah, man, get in there.
Right now, just keep your team alive.
Oh shit.
Your DPS should be able to take care of that Pharah before she gets out. Yep.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know what
That was
happened there.
pretty expensive though. We used like 3 ultis.
Yep, he's right.
We have Junkrat ulti and TB ulti.
Like I said, just another thing. Keep giving information to your team. Just quick callouts.
The Sombra
Soldier
is
high
close.
ground.
I
There you
just
go,
heard
Sombra
her. I
behind.
don't know where she
Get
is.
behind the wall.
Yep,
Get behind the
there you
wall.
go.
I'm hacked. Reinhardt's hacked.
One shot. Okay, right there. Since your Reinhardt's hacked, he's going to be eating a lot of damage really quickly. So one of your best things to do is chuck a nade onto him. Or into the mass. Because you know the Sombra's not focused on you, so you're not in any immediate danger of taking damage. So if you throw that onto your Reinhardt, your Moira's healing doubles. So he is not going to have to worry about getting low, and then you can focus shots into the Sombra. Better yet, if you get comfortable with your sleep darts, if you can land a sleep dart on her, your Junkrat should be able to finish her. As long as you guys time it like 3, 2, 1, you shoot as he shoots, she should die. If not, she's for sure out of there.
Kill him.
General response to hog ults should be a sleep dart if you can. Because if you could have peeked that, get the sleep dart on him, then his ults ended before the EMP went off. Right now, just focus on healing.
Sombra 1.
Also, another thing. Callouts for 1, that actually only means 1 bar of health, which is 30 health. That means they are able to be meleeed. So in that situation, you generally want to say Sombra low instead of 1. Right here, I would nade. Yep. Your Ryan's purpled, so he has to play back. It's pointless to throw heals into him. Like, if you see that your teammate's purple, you should work on picking up the timing for that so that you can take and do other things and then start shooting them right before the purple wears off because Anna does healing over time. Like, right now, you know the Sombra already translocated to use her EMP, so you're not really in any danger. Plus, she's actually dead right now. So if you take and you throw the sleep dart into that hog, you stop his healing, and your Reinhardt can get a charge off and retake space from him. There you go. He messed up his charge, but you gotta keep him alive.
Alright, I'm going.
Right there. That was a perfect time, but back it up just a hair. So I'll show you exactly where to do it. Their Anna threw their nade, so he's not in any danger of dying because he's not going to get purpled. If you throw a nade right here, he'll take, fly, splash down onto their healer. Actually, I think both healers are here. I think Anna's back here, and then the Moira is here. They won't be able to heal each other, and they'll get picked off instantly. Meaning instantly one fight, for sure. Another good target for purples is Roadhog pretty much always, because he just feeds at that point. He can't heal himself, he's got no sustain. Keep your Reinhardt alive. Yep.
Nice.
Nice. Other than that, pretty solid. You have good mechanics, and you know roughly what you need to be doing. Positioning wise, you know whenever you need to back off, when you need to engage. Just one of the bigger things is focusing on the healing first, and then the damaging second. You can use other abilities to pressure instead of doing damage. Like, for example, a Roadhog that's purple, he is not going to push forward. He's going to back up. If you can get a purple onto a main tank, or on any tank really, it forces them to back up. The only one who doesn't is Zarya, because she can cleanse it with her bubble. So that's also worth keeping in mind. If you're up against a Zarya, watch for her bubbles. Once she uses them, you're free to purple, without them being cleansed. So it's a lot of just being willing to use her kit. Like, I think you could have had 2, probably 3 nanos at that point.
At this point that I like don't know when to use my ult.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. You could have had 3 nanos, roughly. 3, maybe 4. Because Anna builds up her nano really quickly. So, like, you need to start thinking ahead here on what you want to do on your push.
I don't think that following up a shatter with a nano is a bad thing.
That's right. You are completely correct. Nano Shatter is huge, and it's so much fun. Like, one of the best ways to climb is get yourself a Reinhardt main, and you play Anna. Make sure your Rein doesn't die.
I mean, we
It's terrifying.
holding fine, obviously.
Yeah, you guys held that well.
God, I wish someone else would go tank.
One tank works. Solo tank definitely works. Although in this situation, you might want to try... You would want to get Brig maybe as a secondary healer, or a Lucio to help your Rein engage and disengage. He doesn't directly counter the Sombra, but he's good for peels. Plus, if you know they're running flankers, like, and it's really an issue, that's when you can play up on your team and mostly just hip fire.
As no one switches because this is silver.
Now, believe it or not, a good counter to Sombra, this fucking Swedish meatball right here. As long as you're in line of sight of his turret, whenever Sombra appears, it'll target her and she can't hack. Which is absolutely massive against Sombras. Plus your Moira is strong against it too. And Junkrat. Really, this is a good comp.
Alright, so
It's a very high damage comp. Okay, right here. I'll just point this out ahead of time. What I like to do, let's back it up a little more. Alright. Yeah, a little too much.
as no one switches because this is silver.
Something else too, don't worry about other people switching. Just focus on what you can do to make the team better. Because you can't control other people, you can control yourself. I like to go up these stairs, up to the high ground. And then you can just shoot down at your team from the railing there. Or you can go up these stairs to the same high ground and just hug that right wall. So you can shoot down into your team, at least until they get past the bridge. Because once they're past the bridge, that's whenever you need to jump down and start backing them up. Otherwise, you're going to be left too far behind for whenever they round the corner.
Alright, so for attacking.
However, if you're taking the low ground here, you want to just hold here, wait for your Reinhardt to push up a little bit, so like once he's on this side of the wall, and then that's where you dart across here to this little wall over here. You'll see in a second. Right here, this is no. This spot, no. You do not want to do this. Here's why. I'm assuming you're gonna peek out again. No? Okay. I'm backing it up. Back it up a little bit. I'll explain why it's a no-no. Alright. You're sitting here. Any flanker that goes for a cheeky thing, they can see you from that angle. If there's a Widow, she's up here. She's looking at you. Possibly up here. Maybe up here. Down here too. There is nothing in front of you protecting you from what's right here. So you're just susceptible to any high impact damage. Like a Widowmaker, a Hanzo, even just the tickle damage from an Orisa will make you waste your nade. Which could be used later on in the fight. Which is why, yep, right over here. Big quickscope. You just want to hold this little area at first. Yeah, I saw that one
Well, I'm
coming.
backing out.
Yep. Just back up, wait for your team.
We're in a regroup.
It's unfortunate, but it happens. Your Reinhardt should have turned his shield to the rest of pole when that happened. There you go. Bring out the voice lines. Alright. Don't really worry about tracers. You shouldn't really have to heal a tracer. That should be like, if you have nothing else to do, and you know you can land the shot on them, just throw them a shot. Otherwise, they generally take care of themselves, because they know where most of the health packs are, and they can just run to them or recall if they need it.
Oh my god, it happened again.
Oh my god, the Arista got a fucking 6k. Your team's a bunch of bots. I mean, I'd never say that. That's just funny. Just same thing, back up, regroup. You Tracer's trying to go for a pick. She got two.
Let's go right this
That
time.
is huge. You do not want to go right. Because of those 2 picks that your Tracer just got, she got one on the Roadhog, and she got one on the Moira. That's main healer down, and... hang on. Also, press tab more. It's good for you. If you press tab, you can keep track of what the enemy's running and what you're running ult-wise, too.
Or we could also.
Okay, so they're down 2 of their team. The only thing you have to worry about is that Arista pull. If your Reinhardt plays this right and your team goes across at a reasonable rate, you have the advantage. You should just be able to steamroll them. Huge. Ryan's across. Now you need to watch. She just pulled, so you're safe to cross.
Everyone engage, engage.
Right there. Preventable. If you would have focused more on healing your Reinhardt instead of what was happening around you, it's almost like you had like an information overload of sorts. Because you focused on healing your Ryan there.
I got so
Now you're
lucky.
looking around to see what's happening. You heard the ult happen. Why'd you reload there? One big thing, and even I have this issue, is I reload too often. Were you low on... yeah, you were low on ammo. So that means you went into the fight low? Hang on. 5, 4, 3. Everybody's pretty much full HP. Right there, I would have already reloaded. Pretty sure. Yeah. Under half a clip going into the
Or we
fight.
could also take out the Orisa first.
A big thing is keeping in mind how many shots you have.
I got so lucky. Lucy was down. Everyone engage.
Because if you didn't have to reload there, your Ryan would have been alive.
So good, so good.
Yep. Your Ryan should be able to get back quickly because you guys have, yeah, spawn advantage, like your Reinhardt's saying. You want to keep your Junkrat alive. Unfortunate. If you can, try to put a shot into the Pharah. Call out the Roadhog. Right there.
Roadhog asleep behind us.
Before you even get to sleep. Well,
Fucked that up, Russ, my
it
bad.
happens. But whenever you saw your Reinhardt going in and you missed the charge, you should look for a purple. Because the Roadhog is generally going to heal right after.
Sombra on me behind.
Another big thing too is just kind of confidence. You're not too confident in your aim or your ability to hit the Sombra, so you're more focusing on backpedaling and watching your health. It's almost like you get an overload in that situation, so you don't shoot as much. You're worried that you're going to miss the shots or it's not going to be effective. You're more focused on healing, well, your health, and waiting for your cooldowns to come back so you can heal. Right here, somebody's critical. It's your Moira. If she didn't start healing herself, she could have died. Now, healing yourself there was good. To an extent. If you would have taken, and before that, whenever the Sombra got off you, you had a health pack to your left and to your right. You could have grabbed that, you'd have your nade for this situation. And more offensive purples tend to win more fights. Right there, you just got
Their
double
Roadhog
flanked.
and their Sombra are both behind us, and I'm dead.
Another really big thing in this scenario is hearing. If you have your volume cranked, you can hear, like, the Roadhog, he's not a very quiet person. So once you hear that, you should instantly look to see where it's coming from. Try to hug the wall if you can. And then get ready to throw a sleep dart. Because that's your only way of surviving that. That was just unfortunate, but your Ryan's cleaning it up, so it should...
Just keep pushing.
It's 3v3,
I don't
We
see
don't
Three,
have
maybe?
Oh, okay, okay.
That far to win. I
You
have
can...
mana.
Yeah, so you should be able to win this. Right here. The moment you get sightlines, as you rounded the corner, you should throw a nade. If you can land that nade right here, you can do a significant amount for the fight.
Oh, I'm dead.
Because your Moira's up there and she'll be able to heal more.
Good heals, good heals.
Use purple, not much you can do about that. You just gotta
I'm
back up.
backing out.
Now, as you're backing up, you should start thinking ahead to the next plan. Like, how are you going to win next fight? You should initiate next fight with this bad boy. Because they just used up their Feral, they used their Toggle, they still have... They used their Supercharger a while ago, so they're probably like 50 to that, and then they're going to have EMP. So the big thing you should worry about is probably the EMP. If that's the case, you need to play back away from your team this next fight, and start it with the Nano Boost. Because even if the EMP goes off, your Reinhardt, he's going to be swinging, because he's going to be nanoed. You should be able to keep him up through the EMP. I think you'll find you win more games. Right there you wasted your nade, because he didn't need the extra healing, because he had his shield up and it was full. You'll find that you win more games. I was wrong on Supercharger. If you keep your Reinhardt alive at all costs. Right there, Nano. He's low. It's best. Don't underestimate the healing potential of the Nano Boost. It's absolutely massive. Just being a little more offensive with your cooldowns could probably help you out. Right here, if you're going to do hard scoping in, you're in a lot of damage, like, you can take a lot of tickle damage from here. So one of your best bets to do if you're going to stay scoped in like that is back up, away from the team, because I'm going to guess if the Sombra's not dead, she's going to EMP soon. So if you are back away from the team, you don't get hit with the EMP, you can throw a nade right here at the top of this arch, or just on the payload if you see an opening, and keep your team alive during it.
Mine's almost there. I have ulti too.
Another big thing you could have done is just go for just go for the sleep on that Roadhog whenever he's back away from his team. Because if he's asleep, he's not doing damage, his pick potential is 0, and your team's going to kill him and get all charge from it. Right now they're just stalling, it's not going to work. That sound. Condition yourself. Once you hear that sound, sleep dart it. Because that's a lot of damage on your Rhine shield, he's not going to be able to live through it.
Oh,
Your team is able to clean it up. There are just some things that you should be a little more liberal with your abilities. Don't be afraid to use them.
You're going to live.
Because Anna has one of the most overpowered kits in the entire game.
I really feel like I'm holding on to this ult for like way too long, but
100%. If you feel like you're holding on to an ult for too long, throw it. Throw it out. Press Q. If you feel like you're holding it too long, that's your game sense kicking in. It's like, I'm holding this too long, I could have already had another one by now. I need to use this. I'll do that sometimes when it's like, yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to use this, I need to get it out of here. I need to start building up another one, and Nano Boost will win a fight. It can win a fight by itself and completely turn it around.
Sombra behind.
What was I saying about that turret? That beautiful, beautiful Swedish meatball? Hell yeah.
Sombra. Coming.
You got him nade, just focus on heals here. That's a good nano, because now they don't have any way to deal with him. That Pharah, if you could sleep dart her, because she's on the ground underneath of an archway, meaning really all you have to do is get her on your half of the screen, and you'll hit her with that sleep dart.
Pharah's behind.
And all of a sudden, she can't do anything. Easy win.
Good job.
Ooh, 2 matches. Hello. Alright. Happy smurfing. Well,
Play of the game.
Oh, nice.
I'm confused as to who they think is smoking.
yeah. Alright, so kind of sum up here. Don't be afraid to use your ults. Don't be afraid to use your abilities either. The moment you get a line of sight of things, throw a nade. That can be a game changer for a fight. Like if you know you're rounding a... Okay. Say you have this corner. Payload's up here. There's this corner, right? If you once you round this corner, and say there's a bunch of stuff kind of like in the way here, blocking your direct line of sight, you chuck a nade up over, and it splashes onto the payload, you have potential to be healing your teammates more, and you're denying healing to enemies that it hits, that are in a brawl. So it's basically it's setting you up for once you are able to see them. Because then your healing's a whole lot more, and they have none. Plus, it's a burst amount of healing to some teammates, so it could save their life. That, like, small amount of healing the nade will give directly from the splash could be just enough to keep somebody alive until you get there. And even sometimes you don't have to have the line of sight for it. If you get good with, once you walk out of spawn, looking up in the air and just kind of knowing the arc of the nade and where it's going to land, you can just throw one right up in the air and it'll land right where you want it to. That just kind of takes practice, which comes with time. So Rialto, sum up, use your abilities. Have some confidence. Positioning wasn't too bad. You have the basic idea of Ana of be back from your team a little bit to try to heal.